Hi everyone. This is the first of my demonstrations. This is the teacher demonstration for how to use Show My Homework. So obviously, hopefully by now you'll have had the 1 hour CPD. If not, you will do. If you've missed the 1 hour CPD, don't panic because I'm about to show you the basics of what you need to know. I'm not going to go into huge amounts of detail because that would take a lot of time and you'd fall asleep halfway through it. I certainly would if I talked to myself for half an hour. So what we do first of all is you go to the website satchel1.com. So that's satchel is in the bag. Okay, satchel1.com/login. Now logging in as staff. Now the first thing you do is you search the school. So it would be Brookhouse College. You start typing Brookhouse College and there it is. However, I've not got a login at the time when I'm producing this, so I'm going to use the demonstration account, which is Satchel Academy, but don't worry about that. And I have to use somebody else's login here. So I'm logging in now. So you log in and basically if you've got the right one, it should have your name. This is actually the sales rep's sort of account that he sets up for demonstration purposes. I'm not going to ask you to save the password because I wanted to be able to use my one when I get it. Right, this is Mr. Tiss, who is the name of the sales rep that I've been working with. And you can see that you get a dashboard up here. It gives you little reminders. So if you said I haven't forgotten about it, there it is. What's due this week. So there are lots of different things that you can do. The most important one, I think, you can play with all this down here. You can look at timetables, detentions, and stuff like that. We're not going to use it very much for things like detentions and that sort of thing. What we're going to use it for is for setting work. So it'll be set homework. So you click on set homework. And there are different kinds of homework that you can set. You can set a little quiz. You can create some multiple choice quizzes. There are some tasks where there's nothing that's really got to be handed in. You can schedule tests so that you can actually remind students when a test is. You can set lots of different homeworks for different students if you want to, or you can set the most common one that I think everyone's going to find most useful is the assignment. Okay. Also, by the way, for those of you who want to do a very, very simple piece of work where you want people to spell things correctly, you can actually set spelling tests as well. But I'm not sure that's got a big market. This is the one that I think we'll use most of the time. So you literally just click on create homework because you're creating a homework, and you then put in your title. It would be physics past paper. I might tell the students to do the paper and then send it in as a PDF file. Set my subject, which would be physics. So I'll go to set subject and I'll find physics somewhere. It's down here somewhere. There we are, physics. And what my class? Well, I'd set myself a class. Oops. So it might be, say, my, I don't know, my year 9 class. Okay. And you set the marking scheme. I could, because you can mark it online as well. And you might also use something like an encouraging phrase or bowling pins or 1 to 7, lots of different rubrics for marking. So for example, if I was marking some Key Stage 3 work, I might want to just say whether I think it's good, okay, or bad. I can say when it's issued, you set the due date. So maybe I want it on Tuesday. I can also then look at how students submit their work. They can submit it online, or they could submit it via various other things like Active Learn and things like that. There's lots of things that people do use. But the simplest is just an online submission as it comes back to you, and you tell them how long it will take them. So I might say it might take 1 hour, let's say, and that's how long I think it'll take them to actually do the work. So what then happens is you can then, if you've got the file, You literally can add attachments. You just click on that and then you find the file that you want to attach, and the students can download the file. If there's a web link that's useful, again, you can copy and paste the web link. Yeah, that's useful. So for example, if you set a particular task to set a particular task to watch a video, for example, on YouTube, you can put the link in there. By the way, Show My Homework actually embeds the YouTube video into Show My Homework, so the students don't even have to go onto YouTube. It actually embeds it on the website that the students are using to submit their homework. So that then is roughly how you set a homework. That's the simplest way to do it. There's lots of other little widgets in here. You can, for example, if you set a homework for one class and you've got to set it for another, set something similar for another class, you can have a look at what was recently created and you can reuse it. You can also have a look at what else you've done. You can set the homework but not set it directly just yet and just save it as a draft, which is down here. A bit further down. You can save it as a draft. You can also just discard it, obviously, but basically it's a nice varied way of being able to see what's actually of being able to set work. So I'm going to discard without saving because I don't want to upset Mr. Tiss with his with some homework that's not really real. So I want to discard it. It gives you a little warning if you're going to lose the information, which I think is quite useful. You can have a look at lots of other things. If you want to go to your classes, for example, let's have a look at some work. Let's have a look, see if we can have a look at, say, the Year 9 class, manage the class. And you can see what's been submitted and you can assess it. So, for example, if there's something you set something on the future of electric cars, I hit assess, and you can actually then assess them. You can see what grade's been. You can actually assess things, and if you've already done it, it shows you what you've actually done. Okay, you can add comments. You can change the assessment grade, and you can say whether it was submitted late or early or on time. You can add a little comment in there, so you can write it in there. You can then, once you've done that, you then just you then go on to the next one and the next one and so on. So you can actually mark it all online as well. So it just takes away a lot of the paperwork, and as long as you've got access to the internet and a PC, or I think you can use it on your phone as well, then you can do some marking, and it makes life a lot easier. There are lots of other widgets on here. For instance, on your dashboard, you've got things like notifications. You've got things that are coming up. There's lots of other sort of stuff that you can use to actually have a look to see how well your class is actually progressing. You can obviously it stores a mark book in there which you can extract. I'm still a beginner with this myself, so it's going to take me a while to learn to use it. But that's the very, very basics. This is the bit that you actually really do need to be able to engage with. So hopefully this video has been useful to you. I've also published 2 other videos, one of which is to do with, excuse me, sorry. That's it. I've also published 2 other videos, one of which is the student guide and the other one is a parent guide. It's useful to watch them to see what the students and the parents actually do get to see from the homework that you set. So, thank you.